Okay. What I'm doing is building an electromagnetic brake. But I've got a problem. I've welded this piece to this piece. And what's happened is it's warped because this piece here is straight. And if you see, I've got a gap here. So this is pushed this away. Now I've tried taking this piece of steel and butting it up against that piece of steel and clamping it together, but it just bends this piece of steel. I can get it straight if I butt it against this piece of steel and clamp it in, but what I think I would rather do at this point is I've got some steel over here to build an 8-foot magnetic brake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece from here and come 6 foot, and then I'm going to take another piece and go 6 foot from there, from right there, and come down here and put a bolt on it, and then I'm going to, with a nut, and I'm going to drive a piece of all thread in and make sure I get it perfectly straight. Plus that'll keep me below this level, and what I'll do then is I'll be able to weld my piece into here for the center, and I'll be able to weld my outer piece in, and I've got a sheet of 12-foot aluminum here that the edge is perfectly straight. So then what I'm going to do is butt that piece of aluminum up against the edge right here, which will then make sure everything's perfectly straight. So I'm hoping that by doing that, because if you look down it, if you have good eyeballs, you can see that it has a bow in it. Right in the middle it kind of bows in. So I want to bow the whole piece. So I think that this piece here is straight, but when I put it on this piece, it bows this piece. And even this I-beam right here, which is what it's going to finally rest on when it's finished, it actually bows that I-beam. So everything, and then I've got clamps in the way and I can't weld, because I think once I get it straight and I weld my piece in the center and I weld my piece on the side, if it's straight when I do that, that's going to hold the shape. If it doesn't, it's okay, because then I'll just use my piece on the back here to straighten it back out, and then when I put it up on this I-beam and I weld it, then everything will be straight, because I don't need to worry about straightening it up on the I-beam. It's just a holder for it, so I don't need it to be straight. And then I got to put my legs on it, and then that'll take care of that. My coil is right here. Once I put this coil in, this coil is 10,000 feet of number 19 wire, and it goes in here, and then it's got this other piece which I've already got made. It's rounded, and it stops about right here. The coil comes in, wraps around, goes back that way. There's another piece here, and then your center piece, and then your hinges go here, come up, and make a complete bend. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to epoxy, and I'm actually going to fill this whole gap in, and I'm going to encapsulate that whole piece of epoxy. The coils in the epoxy, which then won't allow it to vibrate, and it should pretty much last forever. This should give me 10 tons of bending force. And really the only thing I'm bending is 25 thousandths aluminum. I'm making the rear spar for this wing right here, which I'm making this piece right here, and I'm making this piece right here, which this is, I'm going to see this 40 or 60, this is probably make 40 is all. So the only thing I'm really building that brake for and doing all this work is to make this piece right here, to make these stringers right here, and to make this spar right here. This is for the other wing. But that's really the only reason I need this brake. I've got a 4-foot brake that's factory downstairs I bought from Bailey, and I'm reverse engineering that to make my own 12-foot brake, because they're about $10,000, and this is going to cost me about $3,000 when I'm totally done. So after I get this done, I'm going to clean this shop up. But anyway, for right now, that's what I'm doing. is trying to fix this so I can straighten this part out. And if that don't work, I'll just weld the back piece on perfectly straight and not worry about the warp in it, because it's just a surface for the upper plate, which is right here, to sit on to clamp down. So it really doesn't matter. As long as one edge of it is perfectly straight, that's all I want. Try and weld this, and I've got 19 minutes. So what I'll probably do is turn this off. Maybe. Let me see. Get this piece out of the way here. Out of the way. Now, bring over my cause problems with YouTube and copyrighting people. So, I'll take this 8-foot piece right here, and I'm going to weld it to the bottom. And about right there somewhere. And then I'm going to take this 8-foot piece and do like that. So, I'm going to weld it to the bottom of that. And it don't have to be exactly in the middle. This is pretty close. So, if I can clamp this here for now, clamp this right here, hold it, so, and then clamp this one in the same way. Clamp that this to here. I only want to do it on the bottom because I got a weld on top, so put that right there. Now I can just weld that edge, because I need these pieces for my 8-foot plate. So I want to have 8, 12, and 4. Which would be everything I need. I don't need a 10 if I got a 12. I really don't need an 8 if I got a 12, but the top is heavy, so it makes it pretty difficult to put 8-foot pieces in. So let me see what we got here. 6 foot's right here. So I may move it down just a little bit. Okay, so let's move this one down some. To the end, and I weld it down the edge and straighten it out. So now I'm going to move this piece here, and I wish my camera would angle, but it won't. But hopefully you all can see what I'm doing. piece I made here when I was doing something else. This probably not going to come off. Of course not. It comes from there. So, I need a pair of pliers over here. Okay. Everything has to be difficult. Well, it's there. And then this will be my pushing rod to push it. So, let's see. I got 4 minutes left. So, let me see. I just lined this up and I'll send you the video. 4 minutes just because I don't have any let's see what that fit. So that'll be over. Tell you what, I'm going to take the off thread. Let's see how that lines up. Because I want that here. And I think I need to line that up. See if it's sitting there. Lock that in. And we'll come on. Okay. There. Now, we can weld that in there. Just like so. Put this clamp on here. Rearrange some stuff. It's okay for now. So that's really good. So we'll leave that there, catch the table on fire. That's what's going to happen when I weld that. Alright, so let's turn this off and get ready to weld because there's only 2 minutes left. So we'll be back.